6,
Carriage.
2,
Coach.
7,
Lorry.
3,
Motorway.
1,
Platform.
8,
Scooter.
4,
The Underground.
9,
Tram.
5,
Van.
2.3. On the road. 1,
Car crash.
2,
Cycle lane.
3,
Parking fine.
4,
Pedestrian zone.
5,
Petrol station.
6,
Roadworks.
7,
Rush hour.
8,
Seatbelt.
9,
Speed camera.
10,
Speed limit.
11,
Taxi rank.
12,
Traffic lights.
13,
Traffic jam.
14,
Zebra crossing.
2.4.
Shower. Sh.
Jazz. J.
Chess. Ch.
2.5.
Shower. Sh. Crash. Rush. Station.
Jazz. J. Bridge. Journey. Traffic jam.
Chess. Ch. Adventure. Catch. Coach.
2.6. 1. A.
Cheap.
B.
Jeep.
2. A.
Chain.
B.
Jane.
3. A.
Choke.
B.
Joke.
4. A.
Ship.
B.
Chip.
5. A.
Shoes.
B.
Choose.
6. A.
Wash.
B.
Watch.
2.7. 1.
Jeep.
2.
Chain.
3.
Joke.
4.
Chip.
5.
Shoes.
6.
Watch.
2.8. 1.
Do you like chips?
2.
I'm going to wash it.
3.
You choose.
4.
Don't joke about it.
5.
Is it cheap?
2.9.
The Stig was using public transport for the first time in his life. He saw a big red thing coming towards him. A bus. He got on it and used his Oyster card to pay. "10 minutes later, he got off and got the tube at Acton Town to take the District line to Monument. 18 stops.
The train now approaching is a District Line train to West Ham. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
The Stig noticed that everyone was reading a newspaper, so he picked up a free one that was on a seat and started reading.
The next station is Monument. Change here for the Central Line and the Docklands Light Railway.
He got off the tube and ran to the platform for the Docklands Light Railway. After a few minutes, a train arrived. Now it was just 10 stops and he would be there.
.10
Jeremy Clarkson, who had travelled in the boat, ran into London City Airport and ran straight to the check-in desk. The man at the check-in desk said,
Unfortunately, a gentleman on a bike has checked in already.
Jeremy couldn't believe it. He looked at Richard Hammond, who was standing nearby, laughing. They waited for the other two to arrive. They needed public transport to come last. Top Gear, after all, is a programme about cars. A few minutes later came the Stig. He was third. And 15 minutes later, James, who had come by car, arrived at the airport. Disaster. Public transport had beaten the car.
2.11 1
My sister is a bit taller than me.
London is more expensive than Edinburgh.
This test is less difficult than the last one.
Olive oil is better for you than butter.
2
The new sofa isn't as comfortable as the old one.
I don't have as many books as I used to.
2.12 1
My father drives faster than me.
You walk more quickly than I do.
Liverpool played worse today than last week.
2
Max doesn't speak English as well as his wife does.
I don't earn as much as my boss.
2.13
Kevin is the tallest player in the team.
Oslo is the most expensive capital city in Europe.
The small bag is the least expensive.
Lucy is the best student in the class.
Who dresses the most stylishly in your family?
That's the worst we've ever played.
2.14 1
Riding a motorbike is more exciting than driving.
2
The fastest train only takes an hour and a half.
3
It's more difficult to drive at night than during the day.
4
My father's worse at driving than my mother.
5
The most dangerous road in my town is the Ring Road.
2.15
And on tonight's programme, we talk to Tom Dixon, who is an expert on road safety. Tom, new technology like SatNav has meant new distractions for drivers, hasn't it?
That's right, Nikki, but it isn't just technology that's the problem. Car drivers do a lot of other things while they're driving, which are dangerous and which can cause accidents. Remember, driver distraction is the #1 cause of road accidents.
Now, I know you've been doing a lot of tests with simulators. According to your tests, what's the most dangerous thing to do when you're driving?
The tests we did in a simulator showed that the most dangerous thing to do while you're driving is to send or receive a text message. This is incredibly dangerous and it is, of course, illegal. In fact, research done by the police shows that this is more dangerous than drinking and driving.
Why is that?
Well, the reason is obvious. Many people use two hands to text, one to hold the phone and the other to type, which means that they don't have their hands on the wheel, and they are looking at the phone, not at the road. Even for people who can text with one hand, it is still extremely dangerous. In the tests we did in the simulator, 2 of the drivers crashed while texting.
And which is the next most dangerous?
The next most dangerous thing is to set or adjust your sat-nav. This is extremely hazardous too, because although you can do it with one hand, you still have to take your eyes off the road for a few seconds.
And number 3?
Number 3 was putting on makeup or doing your hair. In fact, this is something that people often do, especially women, of course, when they stop at traffic lights. But if they haven't finished when the lights change, they often carry on when they start driving again. It's that fatal combination of just having one hand on the steering wheel and looking in the mirror, not at the road.
And number 4?
In 4th place, there are 2 activities which are equally dangerous. One of them is making a phone call on a mobile. Our research showed that when people talk on the phone, they drive more slowly, which can be just as dangerous as driving fast. But their control of the car gets worse, because they're concentrating on the phone call and not on what's happening on the road. But the other thing, which is just as dangerous as talking on your mobile, is eating and drinking. In fact, if you do this, you double your chance of having an accident, because eating and drinking always involves taking at least one hand off the steering wheel. And the worrying thing here is that people don't think of this as a dangerous activity at all, and it isn't even illegal.
And in 5th, well, actually 6th place, it must be listening to music. But which one?
Well, it's listening to music you know.
Oh, that's interesting.
We found in our tests that when drivers were listening to music they knew and liked, they drove either faster or slower, depending on whether the music was fast or slow.
So fast music made drivers drive faster.
Exactly. And a study in Canada also found that if the music was very loud, then drivers' reaction time was 20% slower. If you're listening to very loud music, you're twice as likely to go through a red light.
So the safest of all of the things in the list is to listen to music we don't know.
Exactly. If we don't know the music, then it doesn't distract us. In this part of the tests, all drivers drove safely.
2.16 Song 500 miles.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havered into you. But I would walk 500 miles an hour, would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm working, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money you. I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come home, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you. And if I grow old, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's growing old with you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm lonely, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's lonely without you. And when I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm gonna dream about the time when I'm with you. When I go out, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I come home, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home with you. I'm gonna be the man who's coming home with you. But I would walk